Hello there, Zara. Okay, let's see. The issue of whether cities should have vehicle-free days or private users should have the freedom to choose when to move their own vehicles has grown in importance over the last few years. Grammatically perfect, crystal clear, great start. This essay will analyse both views using examples from the Australian government and New South Wales Transport. What does that mean? New South Wales Transport Department? Be careful there. Or we could just say NSW Transport, full stop. On the one hand, there is ample evidence, good, that banning the movement of private cars, trucks and motorcycles certain days has enormous benefits for the health of the population. Genius. The central reason behind this is twofold. Fantastic. Firstly, because reducing the movement of private cars, trucks and motorcycles reducing the movement is singular, has direct impact on the quality of the air breathed by the population. Genius. Secondly, having vehicle-free days encourages the users to take the public transport, which also collaborates to fight against pollution. Good. Which also contributes to the fight against pollution, or which also helps fight pollution. Okay? Collaborates is not the best verb there. It must not be forgotten that recent studies by the Australian government have shown that banning the movement of private vehicles 1 day per week helps to decrease the air pollution by 20%. Good. Therefore, it is clear that if cities decide to have vehicle-free days, there would be positive implications in the health of the citizens. Great work. 2 arguments in there as well. You've backed the second argument up with an example, with evidence. It's really good, this. I'm very impressed. On the other hand, although there is a case for establishing vehicle-free days, the impact of it cannot be overstated. This is largely because most of the drivers who choose to use their private vehicles do so in order to save time commuting from their homes to their workplaces. Okay? Do so. This is quite a tricky phrase, do so. If you want to research it and then write down 5 sentences with do so, I think it'll help you because it's quite useful. This is largely because most of the drivers who choose to use their private vehicles or we could just rephrase it without the who and say this is largely because most of the drivers choose their private vehicles in order to save time commuting from their homes to their workplaces. So yeah, be careful when we're using who, because it changes the sentence quite a lot and we've got to reorganize it. Unless you're 100% confident with it, you might want to consider avoiding it. So it's up to you. You can do some online exercises, do some research, and then start incorporating it into your essays and get feedback, or you can avoid it and focus on other parts. For example, an intensive study by NWS Transport. Be careful here. Okay, we've got NSW Transports here with a capital T and without a capital here. So I still don't know what that is. I guess it's some kind of transport department. So if it's the full proper name, then we put a capital T there. Okay. Showed that users of public transport take an average of 30 minutes more to arrive to their workplace. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that time is a precious commodity in modern society. Or, we put it at the beginning, thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that nowadays time is a precious commodity in modern society, or in society. So very good. Well done. Well done for using the phrases. Excellent. Okay, so be careful here. You're arguing that they choose to use their private vehicles to save time. Okay, but then you conclude that time is a precious commodity. What you really want to conclude, if this is your argument, is that time is precious, as you've stated, and this is why vehicle-free days can be detrimental or can have negative consequences, okay? Because that's what you want to prove, that the vehicle-free days have bad or poor consequences, and that one of these consequences is that it takes longer. So you say, thus it is possible to state beyond doubt that vehicle-free days add to travelling time for commuters, and this time is extremely precious, full stop. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that cities should have vehicle-free days. It is predicted that the population of the world will increasingly grow in importance. Okay, be careful. The population of the world will grow in importance. That's a bit tricky. I mean, that's a bit... We could say it's probably more suitable if we say it is predicted that the world population will increasingly grow, and the benefits for having vehicle-free days have never been more important. Okay? That's probably the better way to say it. So great work there, Sarah. Very impressed with the first paragraph. The second one is good, but it could be improved. Let's have a look at your task 1. Dear Sir, Madam, I hope this email finds you well today. Good. Full stop. I'm writing to you in regards to my recent application for the job vacancy as management consultant within your company. No capital C. I've enclosed an updated copy of my resume where you can see that I am highly qualified for the position offered. I finished my bachelor degree in business administration with a major in management, and I also completed an MBA at the University of Wollongong. Good. I've gone through all the points described in the job description advertised, and I firmly believe that I am the right candidate for the job. Fantastic. Not only because I meet all the requirements, but also because I could not be more delighted to be part of your team. Fantastic. Working for a company like yours would be such a dream come true. Excellent. Okay, we could even just say, just to make it clearer, working for a company like yours would be a dream come true. That's the more common phrase. As you can read in my resume and work references attached, I have over 4 years experience working as a management consultant. I started as an intern and grew within the company until last year. Okay, so if you put until there, it kind of sounds as though you grew in the company, but then you stopped until last year when I had my injury, for example. Or until last year when I was promoted to senior management consultant and I stopped growing. That's what's understood. Okay, so we need to rephrase this. I started as an intern and grew within the ranks of the company, comma, and later last year I was promoted to senior management consultant. Good. Should you require further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Great. Kind regards, Zara Del Cano. Fantastic work there, Zara. Very impressed. Be careful using words like this, because it can change the meaning quite considerably, but everything else is great. We've got the enthusiasm, qualifications, past experience, so well done there. So, you know what to do now. Implement all the corrections, update your error list, and send me 2 new essays. Check those essays for mistakes you've made previously, and then send it all together in one email. You're doing great, Zara. Let's keep on improving.